just had a vision, Steps. Just came to me. I'm seeing it right now. I'm seeing it. Clear as day. First touchdown this game. Chris Godwin. 12-1. I'm betting it right now.
What is it?
I'm just kidding. I'm not going to play that again for you this morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Game On. This is a Sports Morning Espresso Shot. I'm your host, Will, who's always on time, never late, starts the show right exactly when it's supposed to start every single day, at the perfect time every single day. It's just a gut feeling when I feel like the perfect time is there. And here we are, live right now, Crick.
Trust your gut, man.
Sportspicks.locals.com. How you doing this morning, buddy?
I'm all right, sir. I'm all right. Found a few winners last night. Swept my little NBA card 2 nights in a row. Probably means fade my ass tonight in the association, but we're all right. We found a few winners.
Spurs end up losing?
The Spurs?
Yeah.
I didn't have anything in that game last night. I don't know if they did or not. I know I had the Heat money line, I had the under in the Magic Raptors, and I had the over in the Knicks Pelicans.
Let's see. I forgot to place my bet on the Spurs. Yes. Oh my God, they lost by 12. Man, oh man, Craig, I got such a good grasp on the Spurs. They got tired legs right now. Dude, I got such a good grasp on them, man.
I liked the Cavs yesterday early, man, but the line moved out a little bit. I got a little scared of it. I was like, just trust our gut, man.
Next time you're scared about the Spurs pick, text me. I'll give you my gut feel. And I would have remembered to bet it. I totally forgot to bet that. Oh, well, there'll be more opportunities.
It's not the last one.
It's not the last one. We'll look to get back on the Spurs after the first of the year,
That's fair.
Yeah. But welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Always on time. Most perplexity pro. I'm surprised I was able to even say that. Good morning, Wesley Pipes. Good morning, Grass Guy. Good morning, King Sandwich. I'm with you, King. I'm with you. We miss Grass Guy on X.
We do, man.
My days just aren't the same. That's why I couldn't wake up in time this morning. I was just laying there. I was awake, but I was just laying there depressed.
I understand.
I don't have Grass Guy to cheer me up on X.
That's fair. I understand.
Normally, the first thing I do when I wake up is spend 5 minutes laying in bed trying to wake up by scrolling through and seeing what Grass Guy said on X. That's how I usually start my day. But
that was a good little run while we had that going on, man.
I know.
If you'll notice, Grass, we were winning a lot more bets when you were out there trolling the X.
We were.
Just saying.
Yesterday's game, I had so many freaking bets, dude. I went all in on the fact that I thought there was a good chance that Rams could sit their guys. And honestly, when they were down at halftime, I thought they might sit their guys. So I'm telling you, I laddered Stafford from 175 to 350 under. I'm just firing off $10-$20 bets on like every 25 yards and stuff like that on Kalshi. Puka under receptions, under yards. That one came through even though we played the whole game. I had Puka not to score a touchdown, and I forgot to cash out in the fourth quarter. Because we were putting the kids to bed and stuff like that. I was going to cash out at halftime, but it was like 70% or something like that. I'm like, I'll let it ride a little bit longer. We'll see how this goes because I wanted to see if they were going to start their guys in the third quarter. And then, I forgot to do it. And then he scores that freaking touchdown at the end. But anyways, I had so many different bets going on. I had Kyle Pitts, that freaking bum, and a bunch of combos and stuff like that. Long story short, I think I had like 40 combos. I kid you not. I broke dead even. Thank you to
Bijan even.
Thank you to Bijan Robinson. Thank you for Puka for going under your stuff.
Oh yeah, we knew Puka was going. I did actually shout out to Blue, man, because he's the one I owe credit for this. Because I wouldn't even have thought about this. But Blue yesterday in the chat was like, "No, it's the backup tight end. You bet the backup tight end for a touchdown." I bet Terrence Ferguson for a touchdown. It was like I think it's plus 275 or something like that. You might have got a little better than that on Kalshi there, but yeah, that was a winner. Shout out to Blue.
Yeah, I had him parlayed with the Falcons winning.
Dude, that was a good one.
That was a good little that kinda saved my bacon. Yeah, because my whole idea was, like, they're gonna sit the start or sit as many starters as they can, let's get the backups in there, so I had all that stuff. Oh god, I was looking so good because I had Kyron Williams under, like, 50 yards and 60 yards. He ended up getting it in the 4th quarter with some of those big runs.
Yeah.
Um, but I blame that damn blocked field goal touchdown because if they don't get that blocked field goal there and do that 10-point swing, it's what, 27-14, we're about to hit the 4th quarter. They're probably sitting guys. You know what I mean?
They're at least coasting to the finish line there, yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe they actually tried to win that game, though.
I I was surprised they played him as long as they did. I meant to text you back yesterday when you texted me about that about Puka, and I was thinking, "God, they are gonna do that," which hell, I was hard pressed to come back in that fantasy championship anyway. Puka's gonna have to have another night like he did last week. But yeah, after you said that, I was like, I don't have a prayer in this damn thing.
Mhm. We as official, if you follow and reply to my posts, I'll sub to you. Really? You promise?
You promise?
I might have to call you out on that. I might have to do it.
Hey man, we
See,
call
Wiz
bluffs
official.
around here, man.
Don't lie to me, Wiz.
Good morning, Wiz. Good to see you, man. Well, you know who is dead to me? The Washington Capitals.
Oh,
Bums, dude. I get so I'll tell you what, we gotta start looking at hockey. We got a team that's leading 3-2 in the 3rd period, and we gotta bet that other team on the puck line. Because I
man.
can't tell you how many times I see a team leading by a goal in the 3rd period, and they lose by 2 goals.
Oh, really?
It's unreal, dude. Doesn't make any sense because then you'll wind up having to get tied up, and then they'll wind up they'll score 2 goals in a matter of like 60 seconds, and then there'll be 4 minutes left, and somebody's down a goal, and they just pull the goalie out.
Um, yeah, hockey's weird like that. I will say this, so we got a lot of people in the chat voting for May MVP. Be honest with you, Crick, I made you know me, I made this before this stream and set it up before
I I shared
the
it back
game.
out before the game even started.
Before the game started, right? And I honestly didn't think this was gonna be as big of a discussion as it is today, but we're gonna have a little debate on this.
I don't necessarily think it's a debate.
I do.
I think Drake May's the MVP.
I think it's Stafford.
I think Drake May's the MVP. If you want to give it as a lifetime achievement award and all that stuff, that's fine and dandy. But I've seen Matthew Stafford in multiple games be the reason why his team lost the game. Down at Carolina last night. I haven't seen Drake May be the reason the Patriots have lost the game.
Drake May, the fantasy championship bringer. Oh, that's what
I
we're
believe
talking
it.
about.
I believe it. Congratulations, man.
Listen,
But
I love all the Drake May love. I love the fact that he is the betting favorite. Now, I was shocked, by the way. Uh, I almost bet him yesterday at 30% on Kalshi for MVP before the game. But I never in my wildest dreams would have thought that he would have jumped to 80 cents. That's where I saw him end last night. I don't know. He's probably currently hovering around there.
well, let's just think about this. Okay. I know that the Patriots got to play him at home in the Panthers, and LA had to travel. But New England and Drake May whipped that Carolina Panthers team. Was it like 42-13 or something like that? I understand boat racing the Jets don't get you the MVP, but I also watched Matthew Stafford lose a game against the 49ers where half of the team was the walking wounded.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I can't get past those. If you're going to be the MVP, the most valuable player, the best player in the league, unless, like I said, you want to give it to him as a lifetime achievement award, that's fine. But if we want to talk about the best player that's been the best, most consistent player in football all year long, it's Drake May. I'm just saying.
All right, let's have this debate then. Drake May. Grass Guy says boat racing the Jets doesn't get you the MVP. Well, we're about to find out.
And
okay,
that's not the only team he's boat raced.
So here's where I land on it. I think Matthew Stafford is the Okay, it came back down. Drake May is at 72 cents now. People woke up a little bit to their senses.
I don't know if they did. I think they just wasted money.
So I think Matthew Stafford is the MVP. I'll make my case for it. But I could see the argument for Drake May, and I think Drake May will win it in the end. So Matthew Stafford blows Drake. This is one thing I hate about the MVP race, and we've talked about this a lot. That the MVP race is like, what have you done for me lately?
Yeah.
And you might as well just wait to bet it the last 6 weeks and just go with whoever's hot or whoever you think is going to win and be hot. So, like, for example, this week, you could have grabbed Drake May thinking Patriots are going to win and maybe Stafford has a bad game. Even if they didn't lose, if Stafford had a bad game and they barely won, he would probably shoot up, right? Or like last night where they ended up losing outright and the market overreacts.
Well, he threw 3 picks.
And this is obviously on prediction, Marcus. You got to do it because you can't cash out on a sports book usually on these bets. So you got to do it on prediction market, like over on. By the way, did you know? I think we've been calling it the wrong name this whole time. I've only ever heard it called Kalshi, but I saw a Kalshi ad yesterday, and at the end of it, they called it Kalshi.
No.
Kalshi sounds way better, so we're gonna call it Kalshi.
I won't stand for it. That's Kalshi.
Yep, it's Kalshi until they pay us to call it Kalshi. Okay,
absolutely. Pay us. We'll call it what you want.
Yep, we'll call it rainbows and pixies.
Let's look at the stats. Let's compare the stats a little bit.
Okay, so that's what I was getting to. So Stafford stats are way better than Drake May's, but Drake May, obviously their team has a better record and they won their division. That's the only thing that I could see historically that would shift this and for sure give it to Drake, is because I don't think you give it to a 6. I don't think an MVP winner can come from a 6 seed. It's usually a first or second seed. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I think it should be. Like, that's usually what makes you the best player in the league, is that you've been consistent all year long to the point your team is a 1 or 2 seed in their respective side of the playoff bracket. I mean, and I'm just looking at some of these stats here, dude. I know Matthew Stafford got 42 touchdown passes.
Mm-hmm.
Drake May's got what, 30?
That's a big difference.
That is a big difference. They both got 8 picks. The yardage.
Now, Stafford, you can make the argument Stafford has the better team, the better players.
That's another thing, too, that you got to look at. I mean, as far as what Drake May's been able to do with this makeshift offense, and I know Stephon Diggs had a great year. We're proud of him, man. He's came back, been a football player. But we didn't expect him to have these weapons around him to be able to use. Didn't expect Hunter Henry to have a great season. Didn't really know what everybody thought Travion Henderson was going to be good, but he's been banged up most of the year, and you've been that kind of patchwork with him and Ramondre. So what Drake May's done for me, you know, without a guy like Puka, because even as good as Stephon Diggs, it ain't like he's been a Puka. Puka's been the best receiver in the league all year long.
Well, yeah, and Devontae Adams is the best red zone receiver.
Another Hall of Famer. I mean, and I don't want to throw any shade at Matthew Stafford. I think Matthew Stafford had a great season. I think he's definitely very firmly in the talk right there. But it is kind of, what have you done for me lately? And if we're based off the overall body of work and looking at how they finished and common opponents and things like that, I think Drake May's outplayed him in those spots.
Yeah, but there's also the argument Stafford plays in the tougher division and tougher conference. I mean, the NFC West might be the best conference.
This year, yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the awards.
It is. That's all we're comparing. You're right. I understand.
Yeah. And the NFC West might be the best division in the league.
Looks more and more like it, man.
Yeah.
Looks more and more.
I mean, hell,
I don't see one that's better than that.
You're gonna have 3 teams with double-digit wins in the playoffs.
I don't see a division better than that. And you don't want to play either one of them to any of them teams.
No, you don't. So, yeah, I mean, if we're looking at stats, Stafford wins. But I think the thing that hurts Stafford is he didn't win his division. So I do think there is going to be a lifetime achievement award factor in the voting for some people.
That's why
I do think first of all, I do think both these guys are deserving. I really do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Whoever gets it, I ain't gonna be upset about it. They both deserve a shot at it.
I do 100% agree though with Grass Guy.
I
The
want to
real MVP year in and year out when he plays a full season is healthy is Christian McCaffrey.
Oh yeah.
If we just talked about who does the most for their team,
Or Bijan Robinson. Even
Bijan, dude, I can't believe that dude. Did you see that one where they handed him the ball last night? After handing the ball like 4 times in a row, and he went and made a cut, and he cut once, and he had to cut again. And he said nope, and just laid down because he was exhausted. I'm like,
exhausted, bro.
they
Absolutely
put
exhausted.
since
Incredible.
I think in the last like 8 weeks or something like that has accounted for like 40% of all their offensive yards, most in the league by far.
That's what I'm saying. You can't really argue that anybody's more valuable to the team than that guy.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, so does Christian McCaffrey. I mean, he gets over 100 yards.
Yeah, they're one and the same. Hell, they work out together in the offseason and shit, so they're one and the same.
Yeah, so I fully believe if it's just most valuable, who's the most valuable to their team? I mean, San Francisco isn't in the position to win to get the 1 seed right now if Christian McCaffrey wasn't on that team.
Oh, agreed. 100%.
So I do think we're looking at most value, but we know it's a quarterback award. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I think obviously right now it's the market's reacting to what they've seen this weekend. I don't think we're gonna, and the edge might go to Drake May too because he's gonna play next week, and Stafford's probably not.
Probably so.
Because Stafford and them are locked into the 6th seed.
And I'm sorry that something's got to be said for that too.
No, I agree.
Like if you want to give him the award, I understand what you're doing and from a football standpoint and all that stuff. But if you want him to get the award, go out there and play 17 games. Okay, that's what I want to see.
And who knows? Maybe they'll play one drive and then call it a game or whatever. If they go down.
If Matthew Stafford throws a 70-yard touchdown pass on that drive, give him the trophy.
I tried to tell Stafford what he had to do to win it, and he didn't listen. He never listens to me. I said, if you want the MVP, last night, the first touchdown of the game should have been Matthew Stafford rushing one in. They would have stopped the game and handed them award right there.
You're right. Wouldn't have time for this trophy.
Yeah, it was 100-1 on the betting market. That's how improbable it was he would do it. And if he did it to just prove everyone wrong, he would have got it.
Just to prove him wrong. 100%. Dude, I'm with you.
Yeah, I do think it's silly, the overreaction. I do think it could go to either guy. I, as of right now, would still probably vote Matthew Stafford. And I am obviously a Patriots fan. So that's coming from completely unbiased opinion right there.
I think you're going to have a lot of voters look at the fact that Drake May is going to win some MVPs.
Yeah.
Plenty of opportunity to do it. And Matthew Stafford really is probably his last shot to win one. And maybe he should have had one in years past that he just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's going to sway some people toward Matthew Stafford, really. And I know B-Mac, he didn't.
I will say this. I did buy in on Matthew Stafford last night at 22 cents because I do think this market gets a little tighter. I think it's and it already has. I mean, it's Stafford's back up to 28 cents right now. I think it's
dude. If you got Stafford down 22 cents, that's a great buy.
I bought him last night. I was watching the market. Like they were just everyone was buying Drake May.
Probably still a good buy.
Yeah, I think this thing gets closer to 50, like 55, 45. Like I think it's once people start having, a talk about it, and they start looking at the numbers and hearing from the media, half the media is going to be on May, half the media is going to be on Stafford, right? I think it's going to get tighter.
When does this stuff get announced? I can never remember that.
The week before the Super Bowl. So we have a whole month
before the Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah. Voting happens, I think, in a couple weeks. Like the window opens to vote in a couple weeks because it's supposed to be about the regular season. Nothing that happens in the playoffs. So they want to get the votes in before.
Don't you think that's kind of foolish too, though?
No, I mean they got postseason awards and stuff for all that. I think that's the thing that I hate. It's a regular season award, so that's why I hate about the market is they react to the last few weeks of the season, but they don't look at the whole body of work.
I just think it's foolish, and I understand we give it for the regular season stuff, but I think it's foolish. Just like the Heisman Trophy, I don't know why we're giving out the trophy for the best player in the sport before the most important games in the sport are even being played.
I do think there's a little bit different because I do think college football, I agree with you. The Heisman is silly. I think they should consider the postseason on that. But the
Yeah.
NFL, I mean, the season is so long, and there's no wonder why like people get hurt so much in that
Oh,
league
yeah.
because it is such a long season. Trust me, as a fan, I love it. Right, I love it. But because I want more football and whatnot. But I do think there is something about the regular season and then the postseason. Because hell, we saw like last year, the Lions were the 1 seed and lost in the first round. It's just it's professional sports, and when you get into these one game scenarios,
Yeah.
anything can happen because it's football,
Yeah.
professional football. So I
Yeah.
don't want to hold that against someone. We've
I
seen
just
teams come off buys and be a little rusty compared to a team that got hot.
Yeah, yeah, I can that's the only thing, the buys. Once again, I wish we'd do away with buys in all sports, the highest level. Let's just play equal amounts of games. I'm with you. I mean, I guess I want to see the NBA. Let me see you do it in the playoffs. I mean, how many
Yeah,
times do we see the Heisman Trophy winner go and shit the bed in whatever bowl game they got to play in? We see that all the time.
that's
And
true.
had
Good
they played
morning, Miss
the game
Leslie.
before the trophy, they may not have got it.
That is true. I will say, oh, good morning, No Skin. I agree with No Skin. He says the Eagles still the team to beat. They're the champs until they ain't.
True. Good morning, Miss Leslie.
People sleeping on them.
Mm-hmm. People sleeping on them, man. Champs, so they ain't.
But I didn't think this was going to be a real big discussion this morning, as big as it is. But here we are. So I'm curious what you guys think. Comment in the chat. Comment on this video. Who is your MVP? Who, if you had a vote, who are you voting for? We are split on this panel. Let me know.
A lot more of a debate than I thought it was going to be. I'll say that.
Let's see. Some guy from Maine says that non-catch at the end of the game by Puka. There's no way a football just magnifies to a hand like that. Please explain that.
What happened?
I don't know. I didn't see it live. I had to see the replay. I don't know. These guys are freaks out there. Okay, they just do things that we can't do.
They are different, dude.
Yes. Life goes on says, can Drake May get Puka and Devontae for 1 season? Listen, there's after this season, there's going to be a year where it gets guys like that. They might luck and draft a guy at some point in his career, but free agents are going to start coming to New England now. Especially after how good of a season all these free agents that it's so rare, Crick. It is so rare where because the Patriots have so much cap space, right? And we see all these teams with all this cap space, and they go and buy a bunch of mercenaries and try to glue them together on defense or something like that, right? It's so rare that actually works out, but for the Patriots, it's worked out this year. And you could say also for the Chicago Bears, they went out and bought 3 offensive linemen, and look at how well that's gone for them. It's so rare, but now we're gonna have guys that are gonna be like, hey, I'm on the back end of my career, I still got something. Like remember Chris Long for the Patriots, and then he went and did it with the Eagles. He still had something. He was more of like a a third down pass rusher and whatnot. But there's gonna be guys that rolls like that, or there's gonna be guys that are like pretty solid dudes, not working out. Maybe they're playing for a shit team like the Browns. Sorry, Miss Leslie. And they become a free agent, and people don't know if they're really all that good or not, and they're going to go to the Patriots because it would be a prove-it year, so they can go get a contract elsewhere, like a little stepping stone. That's going to happen with the Patriots, and they're gonna have some pretty good teams over the next decade.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. It'd be a good landing spot for those guys. I mean, you just look at what Stephon Diggs been able to do. It's kind of a lot of people going to follow in those footsteps there. And Miss Leslie, congratulations. The Cleveland Browns got a championship last night.
They did.
In our fantasy football league. It's rigged.
Yeah. Grass guy says he has a preseason ticket on the Niners and Broncos. I have I forgot that I have BetOnline did that whole you put $50 on a team before the season to win the Super Bowl, and every win they get, you get $10 in free play throughout the season. One of my picks was the Niners. So
I mean, you got I think $110 in free play.
I did. And no, 112.
112. Do they get 12 wins now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, after the other night, I guess. Hot
Yeah.
dog.
And the other thing is I got a ticket on them plus 1,400, so $700 winner if they win the Super Bowl.
Might just be their year, man.
It might be. We'll see Saturday night. It's going to be interesting.
It is indeed.
Going to be interesting. Notice said the best defense will win it all. I don't think they will. There's a lot of teams in the playoffs that have shit defenses.
I think the Texans have the best defense in the whole damn league. I don't think they're.
And I don't trust them. I don't trust them because they don't have. I think I would way rather trust a team that has a really good offense and not a great defense than a team that has a great defense like the Texans. Because I think there's going to be you can't rely on your defense to win you the game 3 or 4 times in a row.
I will say that the Texans are going to be a tough out, whoever they play. But I also see them having to go on the road to a spot like Foxborough or something like that for a team from Texas that plays in a dome. That ain't usually good, especially when your offense already sucks.
Yeah, but think of the teams that have my Patriots don't have that great of a defense. The Niners defense is not good right now. That's due to injuries. You have the Bears who defense is sketchy. You have the Bills who don't have a defense, but all those teams have good offenses that can just outshoot you, outduel you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's freaking go, Jay Maine. Congratulations.
Atta baby. Good job, Jay Maine. Good morning, Irish.
Sharp guy right there, Jay Maine.
And sharp as a tack.
Sharp as a tack. Good morning, Irish Whips and Arm Drive. Good morning, Tommy. How we doing?
Good morning, the Ninja. Buku. Good to see y'all.
Patriots' strength of schedule is way easier than the Rams. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, there's a huge difference there too. That's a good point. It's a good point.
Hey, Grass
it's gonna be an interesting debate.
Grass Guy, you gonna save that picture, make it the background of your phone? Grass Guy loves that. Grass Guy loves that picture you got pulled up there. He's gonna save it and make it the background of his phone. Probably his Twitter profile picture. We love you.
I will say for a guy who only threw like a handful of interceptions all season, last night was not a good look for Stafford.
Hell, I think he's thrown them in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. He tied. I saw something where he tied Brett Favre, I think, with 32 pick sixes, most in NFL history.
Geez, there was almost another. He almost broke the record last night. The dude just don't act a fool and step out of bounds. He didn't have no reason to step out of bounds, but it should have been another one.
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing. It crushed my under last night. I had the Falcons with the points parlayed with the under, and that blocked field goal for a touchdown ruined so many freaking bets of mine yesterday. It kept them in the game.
I hate it when something like that, when you could have a game handicap.
How do you let that happen when you're playing indoors? You know?
Dude, it's amazing. I don't know. You'd have to stat check this, but I guarantee you we've had more blocked field goal or extra point attempts this year than any other year. It has to be most ever.
Like when that happened, I was almost thinking like every time I see one blocked like that, I'm like, oh, there's a penalty. There's like leverage somewhere or someone's offsides or something. You know, like I assume there's gonna be a penalty. Kind of man, the Falcons got screwed on that one where that guy, they called him offsides when they fumbled the snap.
Oh my God. It was just terrible. They said it was James Pierce Jr. that was offsides or something, but I didn't see it. I just saw the
He moved, but like I don't think he crossed into the neutral zone, but they never showed like the angle from down the line, you know?
Of course not. Of course not. They're not gonna put them on blast right there. They wanted that game to stay close so people keep watching. They knew that turnover right there. Everybody's changing the channel.
Well, and here's the thing: if he would have just stood still, they still would have got that fumble because that was a botched snap. It wasn't like because he jumped off sides,
way off to the left side and stuff like that. Yeah. And he just didn't make a play. And then he tried to pick it up and kicked it 10 yards back.
Yeah, the Rams lost to the Falcons, who the Patriots beat. We have to stop using the schedule as an excuse. Hey, that's an argument. That is an argument. I did see. I don't have it pulled up, but I did see last night they were comparing liked opponents and how each quarterback did against like opponents. I think Drake May went 6-0 and Stafford went like 4-2 or something like that. Or
that's
5-1.
what I was just saying a minute ago. That's what I'm saying. I got to look at what you've done against common opponents and stuff. And I mean, Stafford went and played Carolina, lost. Drake May beat them by 4 touchdowns. Plus, I watched Stafford lose a game against a bunch of backups in San Francisco that week. I mean, that wasn't even Brock Purdy. That was Mac Daddy Jones.
Life goes on. So sad to see the Ravens having a terrible season, especially having the Chiefs out of the window. And to me, the Bills are unpredictable. You can't rely on coming back every game. Well, there's a lot of people that aren't sad about the Ravens not being in there, although they still could be in there.
I want to look at the standings in a minute and see what everything is going to, how it's going to shake out and who's got to play who this weekend. Because I'd have to want to see what the Bills got to do. But the Bills ain't really got nothing to play for. I set Josh Allen down, dude.
Oh, they 100% need to sit Josh down.
Can they have anything to play for?
Yes, they can get one. They can get a little bit better. So if they lose, they're the 7th seed and have to go to Foxborough. If they win, they get to go to Jacksonville. I would rather go to Jacksonville than Foxborough.
Yeah, that's fair, but it don't do you no good to go to either one of them places if you don't have Josh Allen.
No, I know. But also,
I'd sit him down.
Bills, Craig, the Bills can sit Josh Allen this week and still win the game.
Oh, well, that's
who
they play?
They play the Jets.
Oh, God, right. Yeah. Hell, I'd definitely sit him down.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not saying Mitch Trubisky is a great quarterback, but he's good for one game for you, you know?
Give me what, just don't screw it up. Yeah, I mean, it ain't like the Jets are going to score 30 points or any damn thing, so I need you to give me 2 touchdowns and a field goal. We should win this damn thing.
I believe it's in Buffalo.
Yeah, you should be able to give me. Yeah, I don't play Josh Allen at all this week. There's no way.
I was talking with my buddy Cole about it. He said he thinks Josh will at least start the game and then come out because he doesn't want to snap his
he's definitely
start streak and whatnot. And I said the only thing that Josh Allen should be worried about is a Super Bowl. Screw all the other stuff. He should be. This is his year to do it. I don't think he will, but you don't have Burrow, Mahomes, potentially no Lamar in the playoffs. This is your year to do it. Go ahead and rest up, big boy.
Let me ask you about this. I think if it's going to be a consecutive start streak or whatever, I think you should have to play a quarter.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be just one drive and you go 3 and out and you get to walk over there and say you started another game, whatever. I don't believe that should count. I believe you should have to play a full quarter. Now, if you only get one possession in that and you went and then went 3 out or whatever, but you were going to come back in the game, okay, whatever. But it should have to go to at least the second quarter before that counts.
Yeah. Because I definitely think it's
those records are fraud, man. Yeah, a lot of the guys that got those records and shit like that, Brett Favre and the whatnots and stuff, they did that shit a lot.
Oh, they would go out and take one snap and then be done.
Yeah, see, that's bullshit, dude. That don't count as starting an NFL game. You didn't do anything.
Yeah. How about the Puka catch with 5 seconds left? Defender was out of bounds. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see it live. I saw the replay, and I think what did they rule? It wasn't a catch because it moved when he hit the ground or something like that.
I was over it at that point. I'd already turned it off.
Yeah.
Yep, I was over it at that point.
What up, Robin says, I already know Drake May's the MVP. I hope Stafford wins. We don't need the MVP jinx in New England. That's the other thing as a New England fan. I'm like, no. Although Tom did break that streak. And so did
a lot of streaks.
So did who else broke it?
The MVP jinx?
Someone else won the MVP and they won the Super Bowl.
Probably Patty.
Yeah, I think it was him too. So,
damn, the Ninja, how did that game screw you up, man? Were you not on the Heat money line with us?
Damn.
I was on that Heat money line last night.
Oh, B-Max is a high of 20 today. Got us up to 40 miles. Welcome to my world, buddy.
Boy, I know it's cold outside here too, man.
Really feels like
man's golf game. What'd you say?
He says it feels like it's gonna be -5 out there. Ugh.
Gross.
My world. Good thing for BMAC, he's got a game on hoodie. I was sitting out there. It was 12 degrees outside yesterday. Had my game on hoodie. I'm not saying I was super warm, but I wasn't cold, wasn't shivering.
Telling you, buddy, if you're going into the frozen north, you take that game on hoodie with you.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about this game real quick, and then we'll get in. We'll go look at the standings. But yeah, last night, Falcons 27-24, keeping me alive in a bunch of contests because yesterday I switched all my picks to the Falcons. Booyah.
Switched them all?
Uh-huh.
Let's go. Good queen.
Huge
Hey,
swing.
you get in this stage of the contest year, you got to be contrarian. Some of this stuff, you know, you ain't going to make up ground going with all the public. You got to look for some of those 18, 20 percenters to get you in there, buddy. Good job.
Yeah. On my confidence chart, it was a 15. So it was huge. Everyone else in the league had them at like 16 for the Rams. So that was
that's a big swing.
That was a huge swing. It got me back in the mix. But yeah, now if you would have told me that the Rams were going to play their starters all game, I probably wouldn't have switched it, but I had a feeling that they might not. But yeah, 27-24 win for the Falcons. They obviously cover. Big money line win. Game freaking squeaks over. Bullshit.
There's my guy in the chat. Let's give credit since he's here now. Blue, shout out, baby. Terrence Ferguson, anytime Tutty. Let's go, baby. I owe that 100% to you, Blue. I wouldn't even looked at that if you had not dropped that in the chat yesterday morning, sir.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Nice one by you. Matt Stafford. God, I had Stafford. It was looking so good too. I had him no touchdowns, under 2 touchdowns, and under 3. And boy, that last Puka touchdown really screwed me. It was it got him to 2, obviously, and it got Puka his touchdown. But 3 interceptions for Stafford, not a good game. 269 yards. I had him on part of my ladder kick. I had him under 270. So when that last drive, I was like, oh shit, he's gonna get some garbage yards here, and they went 0 for 4.
0 for 4, baby. Clean living right there.
Yeah,
269.
Yep.
Pure as the driven snow.
Oh, it was beautiful. Helped me break even. Yeah, Kirk Cousins didn't have to do a whole lot because he had this guy named Bijan who had 22 carries, 195 yards on the ground, and a tutty. 93 yards touchdown too. That was crazy.
That guy's good, bro. That is a football player right there.
He saved my bacon. Bijan, 2+ touchdowns.
Saved your bacon? Miss Leslie said today is a National Bacon Day.
Oh, I got a lot of bacon today. Saved.
There you go. Saved it.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns in the first half. That was a no sweater. That was 17% chance is what I bet it at. So got a little plus 450 on him to have 2+ touchdowns.
There ain't a damn thing wrong with that.
Yeah, that was a good little lick. Yeah. Now the Rams are probably going to be sitting their guys next week. They don't really have anything to play for. We can take a look at. You got anything else on this game?
Nope. Rest in peace to my fantasy football dynasty season.
Yeah, it happens.
We got a solid. We were the second best team in the league all year long. We were the second best team when the smoke cleared.
I knew the Falcons had a chance in this game when you watched how their defense was playing. They, from start to finish, were ready to hit. Like they were stuffing runs. They were out there. You know, when you could watch players, you could just see that they're dialed in. Every single person on that defense was dialed. It was just a energy last night. And I was worried in the second half that they were going to lose it. And they came out and they were hitting just as hard as the first half.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes it just means more to one team, man. It looked that way last night for the Atlanta Falcons there.
Yeah. And Rex says Rams also were missing 3 starting offensive linemen. Yeah, everyone's missing players at this point in the season.
Everybody. Half these damn teams don't have their starting offensive lines from the beginning of the season. It's just a long season there, man. Hey, isn't there some crazy scenario where the Falcons still win the NFC South?
No.
I thought you said yesterday that if they won
weeks, if Falcons win next week, so this kind of screwed everything up after they made the schedule. So we know Tampa and Carolina are going to play Saturday night.
Yeah.
It was looking like the winner of that game was going to win the division. But if Tampa wins that game, now that the Falcons beat the Rams, if the Falcons can beat the Saints next week, it won't matter if Carolina wins or lose. If Carolina loses that game, but on Sunday the Falcons beat the Saints, because of all the crazy tiebreakers, the Panthers will.
So we got to win and have the Falcons lose to the Saints?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I knew
that's
we
what
were going to
happened.
screw this fucking thing
Well,
up.
because no one thought the Falcons were going to win last night.
No. I mean, yeah, we shouldn't. I mean, I don't know. I didn't. I felt that looked like too easy to take the Rams at -7 or whatever.
Because look, if Tampa wins, they'll be 8-9. Panthers will be 8-9, and then the Falcons, if they win, they'll be 8-9. And because of all the crazy tiebreakers, somehow, some way, it puts Carolina on top.
Tiebreakers. I love tiebreakers.
Yeah, it's weird.
Shout out to the fucking ACC. Good morning, Miss Shelby.
Shout out to the ACC. We saw someone said that if Niners win, Rams, Falcons almost falconed it by blowing a 3-score lead. I know, dude. I saw that. I'm like, what the hell? Rams win, Seahawks win, Rams get the 5 seed. Is that true? Let's see. Because I thought it was all but over.
I did say I saw where they could, some weird scenarios, they could wind up as the 5 seed or something. They were saying last night.
Well, I guess that's right. Yeah, I guess because then it would come. So yeah, if the Niners lose, they'll be 12-5. If the Rams win, they'll be 12-5. And I'm guessing the Rams have the tiebreaker. Let me see what the tiebreaker would be. No, I think the Niners have a tiebreaker over, because look, head to head they went 1-1. Division wins, they'll be 4-2. Rams would be 4-2. Okay, but I think it goes to conference wins, and the Niners are 9-2 in the conference. Let me look. I'll ask Croc. Croc's pretty good at this.
Yeah, Croc. How do we get in the playoffs?
Let's see. Can the Rams still get the in 5 seed?
I've been thinking about it over the last couple of days since we were talking about fantasy football. I think I need to make my most hated list of fantasy football players from each season when it's over.
Yeah, I think you do. And then I think at the beginning of the season, you got to make a list of who's already on your shit list or on your watch list.
My shit.
Like you have a chance to prove yourself and become one of my favorites, but you're real close to shit list, and you got a short leash to start the season.
And usually the way you wind up on my shit list is that I've given you ample opportunities for like at least 3 seasons, and you never did shit until you played against me. Rico fucking Dowdle. Yep, I'm gonna do that. And shout, hey, the entire Raiders organization, y'all shouldn't be allowed to play football anymore. Period.
Dude, I'm laughing, and we might have to do a video on this. I'm laughing that the craziest and most over what's the right word for this? The biggest story that ended up overreaction didn't actually matter, that the media flipped out about this season, was the Tom Brady thing. Remember about week 6? The media was pushing the story.
That clearly don't matter. There's no edge there.
It's not fair that Tom gets to talk to these teams. He's going to feed information back to the Raiders and give them an advantage.
It worked.
Clearly, that didn't happen.
There is no advantage.
Either that or Tom's real shit at getting information.
I was going to say he's a real bad spy.
Yeah. I got a weird feeling, Crick, that the Raiders are going to win this week and beat the Chiefs.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me that much at all.
No, I know, but everyone's like, this Raiders team's down there tanking. They want the 1 seed. Here's the deal. This reminds me, do you remember a couple years ago, Lovie Smith last year with Houston?
Yeah.
They had the 1 seed. All he had to do was lose.
And
Lovie knew he wasn't coming.
To the Bears. That's why the Bears wound up getting that pick, right? Isn't that how they got Caleb Williams?
No, the Panthers ended up getting it. Then the Bears traded. No, yeah, you're right. The Bears got it. They traded it to the Panthers. And then the Panthers took Bryce Young, and then Panthers had the 1 seed the next year, which went to the Bears to get Caleb Williams. Yes.
And that's the year Houston got C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson Jr.?
Yeah, it worked out for Houston. Anyways,
it did work out for him that year, but you're right. That totally feels like one of those stupid-ass things.
It feels like it because Lovie Smith was like, this is my last game anyway, so fuck it. I'm going to go out and win. Screw the 1 seed.
Running a fucking raffle for starting quarterback. If we're playing for a chance, if we win and we don't get the 1 seed, if we lose, we do get it. I'm letting a fan out of the stands play quarterback. They draw your lucky ticket. 100%. There's no way I'm putting any competent players out there.
Oh, okay. So, it is right. If the Rams win and the Niners lose, then the Rams will be the 5 seed. The tiebreaker goes down to record against common opponents.
This shit makes my brain hurt.
Why wouldn't it be? Like, I know there's a pecking order of tiebreakers. You would think what your conference record would be higher up before common opponents. Because you're both playing the same amount of conference games. Like, it should go, obviously, division goes first. They'll be tied in the division. The head-to-head goes first, right? And then the division opponent record.
I think common opponents in the NFL should probably be a little farther down because that wasn't necessarily a common opponent. You could have been playing that team with completely different players on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, there's teams in the division that they'll play, like, okay, so the Rams, say they play the Seattle 2 times in the first 6 weeks of the season, and someone doesn't play Seattle till the last 3 weeks of the season we see. Like, look at the Panthers and the Bucks. They didn't play for the last 3 weeks.
The more I think about it, yeah, common opponent in the NFL could be a totally different thing if you're playing them in like week 2 versus week 16.
Yeah, because they're completely different teams.
Yeah, that's fair too.
I mean, look at the Niners and record. Niners and Seahawks played week 1 this season. Now they're playing week 18. Completely different games.
Yeah, that's stupid too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I understand. I mean, yeah, we like to see them, get right, but I think week 1 and week 8, that's too far apart for division games, man. I also don't like the fact that we play division games in week 1 either, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like the week 18 because there's usually something on the line for.
No, I like that. That definitely that makes sense to me. But I don't like the fact that you had teams. You had like the Lions and the Packers, Seahawks, Niners. You had several division games right off the hell. Chiefs, Chargers down in Brazil. We shouldn't be playing division games in international games. That's foolish.
Wait, but your argument for Maye or Stafford was common opponent. That was one of the arguments, and
that's one of the arguments. That's what I'm saying. That's one of them. And I'm saying now, the more you think about that, that could really kind of be subjective because those teams are going to be a lot different. And then, okay, in college football, you don't see this. For one, the season's not as long, and you don't see as many big time injuries that'll totally change a team. But every year in the NFL, you're going to see key guys go down in different spots that makes that team terrible. They might fall off a damn cliff, So it is kind of different in the NFL just because it's such a longer season.
Well, also you also pointed out it's not like high up on the it's
just got to be a variable.
Yeah, it's a factor, but it's lower on the list, So
and one thing, like, okay, you look at for something like an MVP race, you could probably compare that, and you look and see are certain guys there. Okay, was one of the top defenders out when he played him, yada yada yada. But we're coming to determining like playoff teams. I do think the conference record should be ahead of the common opponent thing. I do think that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
it feels like it should be. It could be less subjective if that.
I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee and then we're gonna talk about these scenarios. Okay,
go ahead, man. Go ahead. But yeah, it just feels like I said, I do think it should be a factor, but I don't know that it should be a more important factor when it comes to evaluating the whole team. That's more the common opponent thing. There is kind of more against individual performances like that. Like I said, you look at Stafford when he played these teams, was all those guys on the field? Okay, when Drake Maye played them, was all those guys on the field then too? Or was there some key player out that completely changed that entire dynamic of that defense? But when you're coming to comparing a whole team here, I do think the conference record should matter a little bit. So we'll see what happens, how this shakes out. This is one of these things, man. All these damn playoff scenarios, it just gets to the point where I'm like, check it when the smoke clears. Rico says, yeah, I don't think Rams being a 5th or 6th seed excludes Stafford from being MVP. I don't think so either. Yeah, I don't think so either. That's because especially as good as the season they had and in the toughest division in football, like it could just as easily have worked out to where you could have been the number 1 overall seed too. So it's not like he's done anything. He shouldn't be punished for that.
Oh yeah, I want to make that clear. I think if you're a playoff team, you're a playoff team. That's all that should matter. I don't think that should exclude Stafford from winning the MVP. I'm just saying I'm basing it off history.
Yeah,
there's a lot of voters that are like, it's like baseball. They're stuck in their ways. They'll only vote for certain things.
Yeah, and
like for me, rules.
And for me, really, like I said, the common point, whatever, I'm looking at more. I know it's what have you done for me lately and stuff like that, but I'm looking at games. I don't feel like Drake May has cost the Patriots any one game this season.
There was
I know.
one.
Which one?
It was earlier in the year. Hell, dude. I mean, even that Raiders one to start the season.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe there. But, I mean, I've seen Matthew Stafford cost his team 2 games in the last 3 weeks, and then he didn't play well enough to beat a bunch of backups on the 49ers.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
That's really what it boils down to me. And hey, once again, I'm fine with either guy that wins it. I think they're both deserving, and I'll be okay with either one that wins it. But if you're asking who I think should win it, I think it should be Drake May.
First of all, what you were saying earlier about like common opponents and whatnot, yeah, because if you would have played the Niners at the beginning of the season and then you got to play them now, their defense is completely different, so that would affect personal stats. Like it,
yeah, and I mean, you look at somebody like Matthew Stafford's got to play that team twice. Did Drake May?
This goes back to my argument about like the what have you done for me lately. You just said that Stafford is, in the last few weeks have cost his team. The same exact thing happened to the Patriots and Drake May in week 1 and week 3. May had some bad turnovers. Remember at the beginning of the year, he was fumbling the ball. So that was the reason why they lost to the Raiders. And then they lost to the Steelers week 3 because the Patriots had 5 turnovers. And I think 3 of them came from May. So,
okay. I mean, yeah, there it is.
He had a similar stretch. It just happened to be.
Yeah. It just, once again, the recency bias. It just happened a long time ago. We're not really thinking about that right now. And like I said, that's fair. And I'm fine with either guy that wins it. I really am. Maybe that's why I'm not remembering those games because they feel like a lifetime ago. And this Matthew Stafford is so fresh on my mind here.
That's a good point too. End of the season. I don't think we should weigh the games at the end of the year higher than the games at the beginning of the year because I think they all matter. But it is true that it's human nature that these games are more higher pressure games
because they seem like they matter more. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I understand Kyron fumbles in that game, but I would think the MVP would be able to
dive on that ball. No,
not so much that, but I feel like he would be doing enough in that game to not lose to a bunch of backups because the San Francisco 49ers in that game they lost. Now, granted, they beat them when a lot of those guys came back out a few weeks later, but that game they lost, San Francisco was very depleted. Like I said, that wasn't Brock Purdy doing what he's done the last 2 weeks. That was Mac Daddy Jones.
Yeah, but I also factor that in. I mean, it could go either way, but I mean, remember it was a Thursday game, so it was short week, division game. But they were home. I don't know.
This is why these are fun to debate. It's fun to talk about this stuff. And once again, I'll be fine with either guy that wins it. They both deserve
it. So here's the scenarios we have for this week. Seattle, San Francisco are playing for the 1 seed. Winner gets a 1 seed in San Francisco. That line flipped, by the way. It opened up Niners minus 1.5. As of last night, it was Seattle minus 1.5. I get it. Because if you're looking at it and you're like, Seattle's got the better defense. They've been a good road team. I understand why people would put their money on Seattle in that spot. Niners did beat Seattle week 1, by the way, in Seattle. My only thing is you're going back to the well of trusting Sam Darnold in a big game. And Seattle's offense has not looked good. Seattle's defense has been good. Seattle's offense has not looked good the second half of the season compared to the first.
No, it really is not. Rico, you act like the Rams ain't got a good defense, buddy. They got a pretty good defense themselves there.
Yeah, except for last night. They couldn't stop the run. Jared Verse is a beast, by the way. God.
Grown-ass man. We cashed that little defensive rookie of the year ticket last year, man. We've been watching that guy since he played at Florida State. That guy is a monster. Byron Young on the other side. Go Vols. Stud, too.
He's a specimen out there. So that's what we have for the 1 seed. Now, like we said, I'm pretty sure. So if Seattle loses, they'll be the 5 seed because the Rams can't catch them. If the Niners lose and the Rams win, the Rams will be the 5 seed. I want to make this argument to you, but also I want to point this out. Seattle and San Francisco play Thursday or play Saturday. If you think Seattle's going to win, and you bet Seattle to win, you should also Or no, if you think San Francisco is going to win and you bet San Francisco, you should also bet the points on the Cardinals. Because if the Niners win, the Rams have nothing to play for. They're not going to start any of their main guys. So you might as well go take you. The books won't let you parlay on my bet, but you can still go catch the points or the money line with the Cardinals. I don't know. The Cardinals have it in them to win the game, but you're catching probably like 7. I think they can cover that, because that line's going to come below 7 if San Francisco wins the game and the Rams have nothing to play for.
Oh, it'll come way down.
Yeah,
there'll be a bunch of backups out there. Who is the backup for the Rams? Garoppolo?
Is he still?
I think so. I think he's still hiding out there somewhere.
Is Jimmy G still out there trying to get another ring while being a backup? Does anyone have more rings as a backup than Jimmy G?
No, dude. Absolutely not. That is the greatest backup to ever live.
Dude, that guy's career, man. He had so much promise, and it just
they thought he was the second coming. They drafted him to be like Aaron Rodgers to Brett Favre. They drafted Garoppolo to be that for Brady. They also didn't see Brady playing another 10 seasons, but
yeah, it's Jimmy G. Do you go with Jimmy G or do you go with Stetson Bennett? Stetson Bennett played a little bit this season, looked all right.
He did. I'd go with Stetson Bennett. I've seen what Jimmy G can do.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah. Stetson Bennett drunk ass out there.
Yeah, let me pull up the betting lines so we have them, so then I can tell you exactly what we should be betting on while he's going on stuff.
Nevada says, I believe in Sammy Dimes. Do you? Yeah, we have to see, man. It's in there somewhere. It's just whether he pulls it all together, Nevada.
Yeah, so currently right now you can catch +7 with the Cardinals. I think that's a good bet if you think the Niners are going to win.
And hell, the way the Rams looked last night, it might be too many points with all the starters playing.
It's the Cardinals, dude. They've been blown out by 20 points.
It was the Falcons last night,
4 weeks in a row. 20 points 4 weeks in a row.
I wouldn't think so, but I also wouldn't think they just shit the bed the way they did last night either.
I want to ask you this. I think another reason why I thought the Rams were going to sit their guys last night, I think we overreact to how important the seating is as like fans. Because I don't think these like Sean McVay really cares. Because listen, in theory, yes, you want to be the 5 seed because you get to play the winner of Carolina at Tampa Bay. Cool. Guess what happens after you beat them? You still have to go to Chicago or Philly, right? Yeah. And if I'm me and I'm the Rams, I'm not scared to go to Philly. I'd be the 6th seed and go to Philadelphia. Now, Philadelphia can still get the 2 seed. So
you had them beat there once if you can kick a field goal.
Not even that. They didn't just they blew the game too. They had a 10. It was just like the Seattle game. They had a double-digit fourth quarter lead. They blew that. But you can go in there and beat them. Right now, this Eagles team, I mean, their quarterback didn't even complete a pass in the second half, albeit weather conditions and whatnot. But like, they're vulnerable. I have been on the Eagles, even though I picked the Eagles to win on Sunday. They clearly have flaws. So I think if you're the Rams, you can beat that team, and you had that team almost beat last season in the playoffs. So you can do it. You can hang with them. I wouldn't be scared to go there week 1 or round 1.
No, the Rams shouldn't be scared to go anywhere. They can go play with anybody as long as they're healthy and they got their guys ready to go. They'll be able to play with anybody. So I'm with you. I don't think Sean McVay really cares about.
Also, I think the Rams are secretly rooting for San Francisco to win because then San Fran will be the 1 seed, and the Rams can sit all their players. Because one, I think the Rams aren't scared to go to Philadelphia, and then after that, they would more than likely, unless somehow the Packers were to upset the Bears, which could happen, but they would more than likely the Rams would be heading to San Francisco for round 2. And I think they would way rather go to San Francisco round 2 than to go to Seattle, because the Rams know they're better than that San Francisco team.
I mean.
That Seattle team, I think they know they're better than them too, but that Seattle game, just both games were so wild. You know what I mean?
Those were crazy games in there.
So I don't think he cares too much about the 5 or 6 seed like us fans do.
Yeah. I think we put a lot more stock into that. So
there's no easy game in the NFC play.
No, not in the playoffs and the NFL play. Hell, there's no easy regular season games. If you're playing that damn team that's 2-13 or whatever, they still come out to play ready to go. So there damn sure ain't no easy games when it comes to the playoffs.
Ajaz says I wouldn't want to go to either Chicago or Philly in January. But here's the thing: even if you win that first game, you're going to have to go to Chicago or Philly round 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're not wrong. I wouldn't want to go up there either this time of year.
No, but you're going to have to, no matter what.
You got no choice but your job. But yeah.
So for Chicago, for them, what they have on the line, they beat the Lions, and they're the 2 seed. If they lose and Philly wins, who I believe Philly's playing Washington? That sound right? Yeah, Philly's playing Washington. If Philly wins and the Bears lose to the Lions, Philly would be a 2 seed, Chicago would be a 3 seed. What's the difference between going to Philly first round and second round? I would rather go to Philly first round while they're still on the ropes right now. You give them another week to kind of figure out their offense and get some momentum. I'd rather go there first and stop them from getting hot, personally.
Them coming in here and we will win. Yeah,
I don't think there's a difference.
I think the Rams are going to be a tough out no matter where they got to go or who they got to play.
Yeah, I know. And think about it too. If you're the Rams, you go and beat Philly round 1. Now you have the momentum. You just knocked off the defending champs. You know.
Mm-hmm.
This game is so wild to me. The Bears in Detroit. Before seeing the line, I put the line at Chicago -6 against. It's in Chicago. Chicago's got to play outdoors. They're terrible outdoors. Chicago looks terrible, or not Chicago. Detroit's got to play outdoors. They look terrible right now. What makes you think that the Detroit Lions should be only a 2.5 point dog? It opened 1.5. We know Jared Goff outdoors. Cold January night in Chicago. Team looks like trash right now on both sides of the ball.
Fucking hate
that line is fishy. And I was talking with Ryan about it because Ryan said, and this is what the betting market's saying, they don't know if they're going to sit their guys. And I'm like, why would they sit their guys? They can get the 2 seed. But apparently Chicago, this baffles me. Chicago, apparently, according to the betting market, they might not care about the 2 or 3 seed. They're good with either. And I think that's wild.
That is wild, dude.
Because I'd way rather be the 2 seed and play
a game, the championship game.
I would.
Could be.
Yeah. Because if the 1 seed gets knocked off, you're hosting the NFC Championship game if you get there.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, and also if I'm Chicago, I'd way rather play the Packers right now, who are a mess, than play the Rams.
Yeah, the Packers are in shambles.
Everyone's like, it's hard to beat your divisional opponent 3 times. And I'm like, that's not true. I mean, it's just a saying. We like to say that, and in theory, that makes sense. But if you actually go back and look over the last 15 years, the team that won both matchups in the regular season, and then they play for a 3rd time in the playoffs, the team that won both of them have actually won more times than not. They end up getting the clean sweep.
May just be better. Sometimes that's a thing.
Golf with those small hands. That's right. Those small hands, bitch. Get them out of here.
Are the Ravens going to fool around and win the AFC North?
We'll get to that in a second. And then, Carolina and Tampa are going to be the 4 seed with whoever wins that one. I think you got to take Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
1, the Bucks are just in shambles. But look at this. Win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. So if we're keeping the pattern, Crick.
Yep, I've seen this movie, dude. I'm telling
you.
We were in trouble back in week 6.
This bums me out. In the AFC, if the Broncos win, they're the 1 seed, and the Chargers have already came out and said they're sitting Justin Herbert and a couple guys. So the Broncos are like 10-point favorites. They're going to win. So but it would also be a Broncos. I don't think the Broncos cover because the Broncos seem to play down to their competition. Broncos will win by like 3.
Yeah. Bo Nix, I believe, some incredible drive to win this thing 19-17 or something.
Yeah.
Gross.
Patriots, they win. They're the 2 seed. Jacksonville, they win. They win the division. If they lose and Houston wins, Houston gets the division and the 3 seed, and Jacksonville will be the 5 seed. Jacksonville could still actually be the 1 seed. They have the tiebreakers over the Broncos and the Patriots. Now, the Jacksonville would need to win their game, and Denver and New England both to lose their games. That would be chaotic.
That would be chaotic. Y'all, but who you playing? Miami?
Yeah, Miami coming up out in the cold up in Foxborough.
Yeah, hell. Well, it's Quinn Ewers, not Tua, so.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it
Okay.
doesn't
When
matter.
you're
Both those damn teams lose to those teams, then Jacksonville deserves the 1 seed.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Steelers Ravens are playing Sunday night, the last game of the regular season for the title. I got a weird feeling about the Steelers.
Rico, I think you look at Bo's stats. I just don't believe they're in the same realm with Drake May. And I mean, granted, he's not got them beat. A lot of hell, he's the big reason they win a lot of those games, the comeback stuff. But his stats don't just fly off the charts.
25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, not even 3,800 yards, and a QBR 58.3. It's just not MVP.
Yeah, it's just not MVP. But I mean, he's doing enough to win football games. He ain't getting them beat.
I read a stat, or I heard someone say a stat. They go, is this MVP level? 33 touchdowns. This is not exact. This is just from memory. It's something like 33 touchdowns, 400 through week 17. 33 touchdowns, no interceptions, roughly 4,400 passing yards. Is that MVP worthy, like consideration?
No picks?
33 touchdowns, no picks, and about 4,400 yards.
Well, yeah.
And your record would be, hold on, your record would be, 1 second.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't really care about how many touchdown passes you threw.
Your team is 13-3. You have 33 touchdowns, no picks, 4,400 yards heading into week 18.
Who's that?
An MVP?
I mean, it's definitely should be in the conversation, I would think.
That's the yardage that that's the stats for every quarterback that played against the Jets.
That's who the MVP. Let's just give out 14 different MVP trophies for everybody that played the Jets. Golly, that's crazy.
Jets don't have an interception, dude.
They still don't.
No.
That's had to have never happened.
They need a higher defensive minded head coach. Oh wait,
I was going to say, God Almighty! I guarantee you that's never happened, dude.
Dude, how do you not luck into one? You played Tua twice.
All the tip balls and the shit that just falls in your lap. And how many stupid picks do we see every Sunday where it hits somebody's helmet?
They played Bryce Young. They played Tua twice. They played Penix or Kirk Cousins. I don't know who was in that game.
You played Tua, it was below 40 degrees.
How do you not luck into an interception, dude?
No, literally, how did the one not hit somebody in the helmet and fall in somebody's hand, some defensive tackle or something, dude?
Yeah. The Steelers, though, I think just like what we saw with the Rams, I think we're seeing recency bias. I'm not saying the Steelers are great, but if you just looked at last week, everyone's going to be like, the Ravens are going to win this because the Steelers look like shit. They can't do anything without DK. I don't disagree with that, but I think we got to pump the brakes on last week. There's a lot of quarterbacks that went into Cleveland this year and looked like trash.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Is it even possible to have 4 teams in the same division make the playoffs?
That'd be really weird. It is possible, technically.
It'd be really weird. I mean, that'd be a really strong division. But yeah, that'd be a really weird scenario.
Maybe that DC and San Francisco. Yeah, they should. Jets should consider hiring Saleh.
Yeah, hire that guy.
I mean, come on.
What are we doing?
Yeah. So the Chargers have punted on the game. They're going to likely lose. If the Bills win and all they have to do is beat the Jets, they will be the 6th seed. And the Chargers will be going to Foxborough, more than likely.
I don't like that for the Chargers either.
This is a weird year.
Yeah.
Because I think it's the quickest time that we've ever known who the playoff teams are, but not exactly the right order.
Yeah, it does feel pretty. I feel like we always have a few question marks going into week 18. It's pretty much locked in there at this point.
Hell, if a couple games went a different way last week, we would pretty much have all the teams locked up, just not the order, which would have also been crazy going into week 18.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Baltimore would have been eliminated if they either lost or if the Steelers won, and then it would just be seeding.
Yeah. Yeah, we are checking when the smoke clears, man.
Yeah. But yeah, those are all your playoff scenarios. So we'll dive into those more. Saturday will be huge because that will, like I said, take a look at the Saturday games, think how you think they're going to go, and then bet Sunday accordingly.
Indeed.
God, we're going to get a Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh Sunday night football game
for all the marbles.
And it doesn't matter who's favored in that game. It always ends up being within 6 points. You know?
Yeah, sorry, I was reading Rico's comment. Say that one more time.
Oh, just the history over the last 20 years of Harbaugh and Tomlin, doesn't matter who's favored or by what, it's always within like 6 points.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
I think the line is actually disrespectful. The Ravens are 3.5 point favorites.
I was going to say that line's going to be 3.5.
Great. The Ravens are playing some great fucking football right now. Although I do think they should just stick with Huntley.
And just feed that monster Derrick Henry. Just feed him. Give him 30 carries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm telling you, if the Niners win, McVay is not playing his starters on Sunday.
It would be stupid to.
Yeah. Maybe for one series, just to, get out there and go
do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't. The only thing that can happen there is something bad.
The Broncos are 12.5 point favorites over the Chargers now. I'm taking the Chargers up with the points.
Who's their backup quarterback?
Trey Lance, baby.
Oh, that's right. God almighty, I can't keep up with all the teams he jumps around to.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was supposed to be the second coming.
Yeah, the Bears line is still the most, I think the most awful. I think if the Bears announce all their starters are playing, that thing goes to 3.5. I should bet the Bears now. That's what I'm trying to talk myself into. Kansas City 5 point.
What is it right now?
2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Yeah. I thought it should be 6
against Detroit. Well, yeah. Yeah, but Jared Goff coming to town can bum.
I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at the Raiders money line. Kansas City, this terrible, terrible team. And so are the Raiders. Kansas City on the road is a 5 point favorite.
Yeah, what tells you that they're going to be able to do that? Is it a Lodicon or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Falcons open up as a 3 point favorites, home favorites against the Saints. That feels right. Cowboys, 4.5 point favorites over the Giants.
I can't wait till tomorrow we get real football.
Oh,
hell, yeah. my balls play today.
Oh, how you feel about your balls?
Fuck. We got so many guys opting out, and you got guys going to the NFL that ain't got no business going to the NFL yet. Everything else, the revolving door, that line's come way down. It was at 6.5 in the open. It's come all the way down to 2.5. Be careful.
Don't we have USC TCU today too? Pinstripe Bowl or something?
That Pinstripe Bowl already happened, I think.
Alamo Bowl. I think.
Let's see who we got. We've got Coastal Carolina and La Tech in the Independence Bowl at 2. Tennessee, Illinois in the Music City Bowl at 5:30. USC TCU in the Alamo Bowl at 9.
Should be a good game.
Should be. I bet they score some points in that damn game.
We're going to wrap it there.
Yeah, let's wrap it. I need to go ahead and I need to take my 2 minutes real quick, and then we'll be over at Crick's Corner in just a little bit, sir. So you just raid whenever you need to. I know you got to get on the road yourself, but we'll be back tomorrow, man.
Oh, there it is. There we go.
But yeah, we'll be rolling over on Crick's Corner on the Sportsbook channel. Y'all here in about 2 minutes, man. I gotta take a tinkle on all that stuff. That's right, Rico. That's right, man. Down here in God's country, man. But ain't y'all on YouTube, man? Come over, join Rumble. Come on, follow the Sportsbook channel. We're about to, me and Grass Guy will be going here for the next hour and a half. So covering we'll look at the bowl games today, and balls move back out at 3.5. Come on, that makes me feel a little better about it. But yeah, we'll cover all that, cover your NHL, NBA, and all that stuff, man. But chat, y'all have a great day. We love y'all, man. Stay safe. Good luck in your wager, sir. You be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, sir. I will wake up on time this time.
We'll see.
Maybe.
Too early to tell.
Maybe. Let's bet on it. Anyways, later, Craig. Real quick before we head over, let me tell you about King K9. Do you have a senior dog or cat with joint pain? An active dog that's slowing down due to arthritis? Have you noticed your pet gets nervous in the car or during a thunderstorm or fireworks? Then this is a great opportunity to try Tucker's Gold. This veterinarian recommended award-winning and proven product is so carefully formulated to ease your dog during anxious moments and to help reduce inflammation, help soothe sore, achy joints. Made with ashwagandha, turmeric, and other award-winning CBD blends, this is easily one of the best options to enhance your pet's well-being and overall health. King K9, celebrating 10 years of veterinarian recommended and approved award-winning natural pet products with only one goal in mind, your pet's health. Go to kingk9.com and use the code RUMBLE20 to get 20% off your order of Tucker's Gold. Booyah. All right, let's raid. Let's raid Crick. It was a good conversation today. That was a good conversation today about the MVP debate. Head over here, say hello in the chat, give a thumbs up, repost it, tell people to get in here. The show does not end, it just continues over on Crick's Corner. If you want bets, if you want to get into the lines, they cover that a lot more than we do on the show. We kind of cover more news and some bets most days. But Crick and Grass jump through all the betting lines today. You'll get hockey, NBA, bowl games, all that fun stuff. So if you want some winners, go check those out. We'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early, 4:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, as always, of course. But until then, good luck, good gambling, and game on.